People across the United States are reacting to the president's new executive actions aimed at curbing the number of illegal crossings at the southern border. This includes Americans in the battleground state of Pennsylvania. That's where CBS News campaign reporter Taurean Small joins us now. Taurean, always good to see you out on the campaign trail. Taurean, as you know, in a recent CBS News poll, more than half of Pennsylvania voters labeled the U.S.-Mexico border a major factor in their vote this upcoming November. What have they been telling you about the president's new policy decisions?
Well, Bob, even Democrats I talked to out here say this aggressive action, this executive order in lieu of congressional action is a true pivot point for the president. A lot of Democratic voters out here say that they were expecting the president to especially act on this sooner than later because immigration is a true sticking point for on-the-fence moderate Republicans that they know in their communities. Take a listen to what Terry Hahn, a 73-year-old Democrat, told me when I talked to him today about it.
I feel that we need to let people in legally. We need people here to experience the freedoms that we have. But in the context of high crime, I think a lot of people are paranoid about letting anybody in. So I think that there's extremes on both sides. I think we have to find a middle ground to appease everyone.
Terry there echoing what he told me, conversations that he had with some of his friends who are on the opposite sides of the political spectrum. And what's interesting, this county, Northampton County, is a pivot county. It's one that voted for Obama twice, Trump, and then Biden, a crucial area Joe Biden has to win in order to hope to build up his coalition here in Pennsylvania to win in November.
Speaking of President Biden, how are voters talking about the president?
Yeah, voters are telling me that, again, this action, it could be seen as a little too late for Republicans, but Democrats say, yes, they also were expecting the president to move a little bit more aggressively sooner on this action. Two voters I talked to here that you'll listen to in a bit also split on their thoughts on the president's action on immigration. The Democrat, though, what the Democrat says is especially telling. Take a listen.
I don't believe he's done a good job, because in the major cities there's a lot of crime and a lot of people that should not be in this country. And I don't take offense to that to anybody. It's just how it is.
I think we need to do something, and that's certainly a good initiative. It would have been nice if we had been able to do something bipartisan when he brought that up. And it's too bad that the Republicans and Trump pushed that down several months ago. But at least he's doing what he can to help out.
That last voter there, Robbie Roseman, he is a lifelong Democrat, and like you just heard him say it, something needed to be done, and he was expecting this to happen sooner than later. The political ramifications of this executive order he's watching, but he believes that if the president is to persuade moderate voters, on the fence voters, he has to act on immigration. Still a top issue for voters even here in Pennsylvania, not necessarily a border state.
Taurean Small, we appreciate your reporting as ever. Thank you.